I'm bad enough to take your husband, bitch, I fuck it, man. Then give him back when I'm done. Front of my pussy on the back of his tongue. I ain't have love for niggas.
Alright y'all, let's start this off by priming. So I'm going to be priming my face with the Too Faced Hangover Primer. And this is probably my first time using this primer since I bought it. And I actually really like it a lot. Typically, I like to stick with spray primers like the Tarte one or the Milani Prime and Set one. The Smashbox one. I use a lot of spray primers, and I'm actually about to use the Tarte one. I don't know why I double primed that day. I wasn't necessarily going anywhere for that, but what I typically do when I prime my skin, especially with the spray one, is I just use a beauty blender and I just kind of pat it in a little bit. And I'm going to do a little color correcting with my NYX palette. As you guys remember, this was in my full face using products I hate video. I have since that video started repurposing this for mostly color correcting purposes, and what I do is I just set the palette in a bowl of warm water just to kind of loosen up the product, because that was my problem before, is I felt that the cream was just a little too thick and just kind of tight. So I just put it in a little warm water just to loosen it up and make it a little more smoother, and I'm just going to go over that with a beauty blender to blend that in. And if you are curious about this gorgeous look I have on my eyes, I use the Jaclyn Hill palette. If you go one video back a couple of weeks, you will see the tutorial on that eye look. So for foundation, I'm using the NYX Total Drop Control foundation. This is probably my third time using this foundation, and I love it. I love it so much. I think I'm in the shade, I think this is Cappuccino. I didn't expect for this shade to match because I just kind of picked it up in Ulta and was just hoping for the best, but it does, and I love it. This foundation is super, super lightweight, full coverage. Like, oh my gosh, you're gonna see me in a second put a little too much on my cheek, but it's okay because it's hella blendable. This is the only foundation I'm able to really actually sit and blend it out with a beauty blender. Every other foundation I own, I have to use a brush. I think I might have carpal tunnel because I'm having a lot of wrist pain in the past couple months. So typically I just can't do it with a beauty blender, but this foundation blends out so easily that I have no trouble blending it out with a beauty blender for my whole face. Alright, now I'm going to be doing my under eye concealer. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I always use this concealer when I do my face. I love it so much. I'm going to be using it to highlight my under eyes, the bridge of my nose, and my forehead. I used to do like the whole T-zone and my chin, but I don't know what happened. I just stopped doing my chin. Like, it just started looking cuter without the chin part. And I do it, like I'll go to do it and I'm like, no, what are you doing? So I love this concealer. It's got a great consistency, super creamy, very light to medium coverage, a super natural finish, which is what I really like. A lot of people like a super bright under eye, and I typically don't. I like a more kind of natural under eye, something that does give me still a little bit of brightness to, you know, wake me up and make me look refreshed, but nothing too crazy or, you know, too out there doing all that extra stuff. So I used to use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and then I had switched to the NYX HD concealers, and next thing I knew, I ended up with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer because I just wanted to try a high-end concealer, and I really didn't want to buy the NARS one. So I ended up with this one, and I love it so much. So now I'm going to be just setting that with my RCMA No Color Powder. I just take a little bit on the brush and I dust it under my under eyes and my T-zone. I typically don't get oily, so I don't need a lot of this, and I don't like to bake because I'm afraid it'll just kind of make my skin look a little dry. So yeah, just doing that, and then I'm going to be setting the rest of my face with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. This powder is my ultimate holy grail face powder. Like, whenever I hit pan on this, I'm just buying another one of these. I'm not even going to do anything else. I just love this powder so much, and with this foundation specifically, these two just go hand in hand. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the formula, but these are just great together, just perfect. So now I'm contouring with my NYX contour kit. and I'm taking pretty much all of those shades at the bottom. I don't know why I do this, but I just for some reason tap my brush into the darkest shade and then the lightest shade, and then I run it across all the shades, which I don't actually think makes a difference, but I do it anyway. I don't know why. And I'm just using that to contour my face. I recently picked up the Black Radiance contour palette, and I used it a couple days ago for a night out, and listen, I think I'm going to be working that into my face regimen whenever I do my makeup, because it just kicked the NYX contour palette's ass like times 10. So yeah, look out. I'm probably going to be doing a video soon and be using that. Next, I'm just going to be spraying my face with the Tarte setting spray. I typically like to do this before I highlight, and it also helps, you know, set my face as well as get rid of some of that powdery, cakey look. I'm going to be using my Too Faced Prismatic highlighter. I don't remember what shade this one is in, but I will list it down below. This highlighter is so pretty, and I'm really happy I splurged on it. I initially was not going to pick up one of these, but I swatched it in Ulta and was like, I have to have it. So just highlighting the high points on my cheek. At this point, I realized that I forgot to contour my nose, because I've been doing that a lot, forgetting to contour my nose until the end. So I'm just going to be taking the darkest shade in the NYX contour palette, and I'm going to be using that to just contour my nose. I typically contour my nose the same way every time. I use this Morphe mini contour brush, and it is fantastic. I picked up the idea to start using this brush from Boss Ass Makeup. She used to use this a lot in her snap tutorials and her YouTube videos, and it used to have her nose looking so snatched, so I was like, let me try this out and see what happens. I typically blend out my nose contour with my beauty blender. I don't know why, I just started doing it and it just looked better than when I would blend it out with a brush, so I just kept doing it. Also, call out post for my right eyebrow. It looks bomb AF. So now I'm just going to be a little extra, add some more highlighter to the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose, just for some extra added glow. And I'm also going to be doing my lips on camera here. I use MAC's Chestnut lip liner, which I know some of y'all must be real tired of this look, because I always use, I've been using the same lip for like this past couple videos, and I need to stop, but this is just my go-to lip whenever I do like a bright eye or a neutral eye. I do a neutral lip, and I need to stop because I have so many different lipsticks and I need to utilize them. So just lining my lips with MAC Chestnut, and then I'm going to be filling them in with BH Cosmetics liquid lipstick, which this was my first time using it, and I love the formula. It dries down matte and comfortable. I love them. I'm definitely going to be picking up some more of these in the near future. I only have 2 shades right now, and I think they're Marshmallow, and I forgot the other one, but I will list in the description box the shade that I used for this look. So next, I'm just going to be putting on some blush. I'm using my BH Cosmetics Professional 10 color blush palette, and I'm not really a blush girl, so I ended up buying this palette going, I don't need to buy a bunch of blushes because they're all there. But that is it, guys. That is my highlight and contour face routine. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you can be notified of my next upload, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.